Man, probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. Like I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Everybody out there doing it. There's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome to the Chop Up, where we talk about anything and everything, not just sports. Let's go ahead. We've got a 2-man crew in this bad boy tonight. Let's get my man in here, rookie of the year.
I'm in the building, man. The rookie's here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, how your day going, brother?
It's going good, man. A little slow, but it's going good.
Already, man.
How we do? My Celtics already down to the shy, the SGA list. Thunder are beating us.
Oh yeah,
man. We play down to competition way too much.
Yes, y'all do. I'm on cloud 9 though. We don't want 7 in a row.
Ooh,
for the first time since 2010, 2011.
Ooh, them dirt days.
Yes, sir. Championship year.
Now, and that's funny because like that whole little run started right after the rumor about trading Woods. Like they were talking about that, and they took off.
Now they talking about extending them. I think they've already said they want to offer him like 2 years.
Real funny how winning changes things.
36 million. yeah. That's the ordering of failure, ain't it?
How you go from on a block, on the chopping block, like on the trade block to like we're gonna extend you. Everything is good. It's 7 games.
Absolutely, man. And we got to come. I see a couple of folks in there. See a couple of new people perhaps in here.
We got some new people. Don't play. We got some new people. Let's see.
See who we got in here. We got
my man Jesse, Billy Yams in the building.
Billy Yams.
Billy Yams. You took it back to that's a little neighborhood nickname. I love it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Is it an approved nickname?
Oh yeah. I approve. I only let a few people call me. He's the originator, pretty much. So he's allowed to call me that wherever he can. That's my guy right there. I grew up with him since we was like young boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Jake? We see you, man. You better jump on.
Jake in the building.
Bring it with you. Yes, sir.
Who is up, fellas?
Who is that?
Oh, that's either. That's got to be that's got to be Took. It's either Took or Sleever, who I always call Silver because my eyes don't work.
Man, so we got
chop up today.
Yeah, this is quickly becoming my second favorite. Play call sheet. It's kind of what we do our thing. We had the split episodes last night with some technical difficulties. We fought through it. But like always, we bring that heat and that fire. But
I noticed, like, don't get me wrong, play call sheet still the holy grail, really. But like, it's better like mid-season, where like you got just the meat of everything to deal with. Because the last couple of weeks, the chop up been a little more interesting. We didn't have some. That's good. You know what that means, people? We evolving. We can do whatever.
Absolutely.
You know what our best show is? Our next show. That's what our best show is.
Always. That's my guy.
He's free. He's out of lockup. I mean, Akon's out of lockup. he's out of Facebook jail. Let's go.
Welcome back to society, man.
Absolutely. You're on probation. We know that. So keep your nose clean, brother.
But man, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. We got a great show for y'all tonight. Hope y'all rock with us. We even gonna open it up at the end. Y'all can shoot us some topics.
Absolutely.
We can chop it up and chop it up. See
chop
how
it up. See, that's how it works. That's how it works.
So obviously, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room. You know,
Yeah.
we had some very nerve-wracking news that broke last night while we were live on air.
Which made it not hit as hard. I didn't mean to cut you. It made in the moment. It made it not hit as hard because we didn't get to see it live like everybody else did.
Yeah,
and because he was still at the risk of the elephant in the room. Cowboys first round.
Come on, man! You already out there. You coming at me like that, man?
My man, get out of jail with 2 strikes and he's taking shots.
Oh man, that's a good one.
I'm glad. Yeah, we need a little laughter in spite of this sad topic. But yeah, we didn't get to see. It was lost on us, and then because a man's life is on the line, they didn't show the replays at all. So I still haven't seen. I mean, I could obviously like go on Twitter and find it, but I haven't seen him actually the fall itself. I didn't see it. Did you end up seeing it?
Unfortunately, I did, man.
Didn't look good, huh?
It didn't look good. It looked like a routine tackle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like any, helmet to helmet or anything that looked very dangerous. The only thing just looked like, it went in, the tackle like you're supposed to.
Yep.
I think it was Higgins that was carrying the ball. I believe.
Yeah, Higgins.
He just came in, he just kind of, went down and initiated the contact, like a routine play. He immediately stood up. He looked dazed and out of it, and then he falls back. Boom.
Yeah, so Darryl saying he got hit in the chest directly with the helmet. I mean, that adds up because they say if you get hit in your chest in between beats, it can stop your heart. So
which happens pretty regular. I won't say regular, but it's happened like in
hockey,
in baseball.
Yeah, baseball's got to be the one that happens the most in. I feel like it has to be the most, even though we don't see it in the majors that often.
That shit hurt, man.
Yeah,
I played softball before and missed a ball at third base that got thrown to me. It went through my glove and hit him in the chest, man. Knocked the wind out of me.
Oh yeah, you be down for some minutes. I think Darryl's the only Brighton kid in here right now, but I had a coach named Ponce. Anybody from Brighton knows who Ponce is. He's running his baseball team, and he used to. I was a good fielder, but I was more of an outfield guy. Like infield, I wasn't as good because they come in so quick. But I was athletic. So he was like, look, just get in front of the ball. Like you keep letting it go between your legs or under the glove. He's like, just get in front of the ball and stop it. So the next play, he hits a bouncer straight at me. And then I drop low. And of course, this particular one took a bounce clean in the chest, man. Like that stung me in the chest, man. So yeah, I know, but like that's they tell you that, if you hit in between beats, you can stop. A player in the 90s in hockey, it happened to as well. I don't know how it doesn't happen more in hockey. I know the padding is good,
Chris
but
Pronger in the NHL, 98 slap shot to the chest.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, wait, Pronger took the slap shot or sent it? Because I remember Pronger had the craziest slap shot.
Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah. Was he the one who got hit, or he's the one who hit the puck? Because he used to be the one that you'd run for the hills when he wound up. Either way, yeah, man, it's scary, man. I hope the best for the kid. It was like I said in the pregame. It was hard for me to even watch ESPN today. It felt like one long funeral, and
it did. I haven't watched any ESPN today.
Yeah,
let's get a guy up in here real fast.
We gotta get another brother.
He's been MIA for a minute, but he's been working hard.
Yes, he has.
What's up, man?
How we doing tonight?
There he is.
Back.
How you doing, brother?
Not too bad. I'm well rested. Yesterday was a little rough, but today I'm good to go. I slept for about 8 hours.
That's what's up, man. We missed you, fam.
Jake the Snake from State Farm.
and nicknames get longer and longer.
We're gonna add to it.
Yeah, it's just eventually it's gonna be a 26-word nickname, and I'm gonna be completely cool with it.
At some point, it's just gonna be our entire show is just your nickname, and then we sign off.
So we talked about it a little bit, during the pre-show meeting. Yeah. We talked about this, so this is a good segue here. Daryl's comment. Skip Bayless running towards the hills.
Good segue.
Good segue.
Yeah, because I wanted to talk about this part too. Get off that man's back. Like, look, if you look at the 2 tweets that he said, the third one was an apology, but if you look at the 2 tweets, clearly he opens and closes with nothing else really matters at all right now. because someone's life is in danger. Like I don't understand why they made it seem like. All I would say is maybe timing wise, he could have just waited, but like it's because he made the comment while everybody is still terrified. While I don't know the timing of the tweet, but my man might have still been laying on the field when he said it. But
it was within the hour, maybe
yeah,
even less.
Not ideal.
Now,
look, not ideal timing. But what he said wasn't asinine at all. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't disrespectful. It just.
Now, I don't really understand how Twitter works. I understand Twitter has a character limit. Was that all one tweet, or was that split into different, like 3 different tweets?
Three different tweets.
3 different tweets. Okay. Now here is my outlook on that, because I read the 2 tweets. I didn't realize there was a third, but I read the 2 tweets probably about 5 different times. And I by no means am a person that sticks up for Skip Bayless. I don't follow him as closely as a lot of people do, or as little as people do. I don't stick up for him, and I disagree with probably about 95% of his sports views. But when I read that, I think that it was heavily misunderstood. I think that he tried to be a little too smart with his wording, which he shouldn't be. He should have started with what he said at the beginning and ended with what he said on that very first tweet.
Yeah,
that this is a travesty and that this is irrelevant. Now,
it wasn't the time for wordplay. Yeah, it wasn't the time for wordplay, but
he was trying to be smart, and this wasn't the time to be smart. And I'm not talking smart as in a smart aleck. I'm talking about he was trying to act like he was intelligent and play with the words. He understood the severity of what was going on. There was no need to add the extra. I think it's a little misunderstood, and I lost a little bit of respect for KP, Kendrick Perkins, because of how he went about it. Because it's not, you're making the matters worse by attacking this guy. And I understand what he said was misplaced and mistimed, but like Will said, get off the man's back.
Yeah,
he's old.
I ain't really mad. I'm not really mad at anybody in the situation, mainly because, look, part of what Skip was doing, like, think about it. Why even weigh in at all? Why weigh in like that? Well, because you have a job to do. Part of his job is to drive ratings.
Right.
That's why his takes are hot. That's why he's yelling all the time. That's part of his job. So, if that is part of your job, and in this capitalist society that we live in, every opportunity is an opportunity. Like every moment, it's an opportunity to promote or to do something. So, I will say that it's kind of a situation where he took a moment to kind of plug. He didn't really plug because he didn't plug his show, but that's what he's doing. It's because there's no other reason to weigh in. Do you, Skip Bayless, believe that the world cares what you think? Obviously, he does, because it's part of his job. Mm-hmm. So, I think he took an opportunity to weigh in on something that he was witnessing in his field of sports, and I think he worded it a little wrong, for sure. But, like, end of the day, none of it was inflammatory. He clearly showed that he cared, that he was worried about the kid. And, like, everything else just spirals out of control because people don't like him. But that's, now, I said this also because I don't even care what Perkins did either. Perkins attacked him, whatever. Because that's also Perkins' job.
Right.
To stoke the flame. So, okay, you lit a fire, Skip. Then by all means, I'm gonna stoke those flames. I'm gonna keep it going so that we all in this business. Because look, other than this, like this was gonna be the entire day today. The minute it happened, we knew that the next 24 to 48 hours of ESPN was going to be this story only.
Right.
Yeah, we knew what the next 24 hours of the entire Tuesday shows were going to be. Right. I mean, I fell hook, line, and sinker with it. I was the very first. I was waiting until 9:30 to get on Undisputed to see exactly what was going to happen. Shannon didn't show, and Skip had 15 minutes to explain himself. And I think he did a very good job at explaining where the tweet was misunderstood. And he made sure to, like, if you guys really have – he didn't say this, but it's like, if you really have anything negative towards me about what I said, please at Undisputed on Twitter, and I'm going to read through every single one of them. It's like he was ready to take what he gave, even though he knows that he thinks that it was misunderstood. And a lot of people either look at it that way or a lot of people don't. And at the end of the day, like you said, it's a reason to drive ratings. I think the only person that I really wanted to see what they had to say today was a little bit more of the media updates, and I was waiting until noon to see what Colin had to say, because I like the standalone guys that don't really have guests or a co-host, because they have a little bit more pressure on them. I think Scott Van Pelt did a good job, and I think he probably even asked Ryan Clark. I think he asked Ryan Clark to help him through that, because
he did very well last night. Yeah,
they were both damn near in tears the whole show.
Yeah, after. And I hats off completely to both of them, because I don't know how they could have done that, because they did that for I think like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Did it well. They did it together. That was why it worked. That's why they were able to get through it, because Scott definitely leaned on Ryan, and then Ryan got choked at one point and leaned back on Scott. A couple comments that I definitely want to respond to. Perkins' forehead is bigger than his common sense. That's hilarious.
Who wrote that? Let me see. Who did that?
Oh, I want to see that too.
And then Took
that was awesome.
Took made a great point though. I truly believe that maybe not everybody, but in a general sense, Skip spoke like every fan before he knew he almost died on the field. Like, I think before we knew exactly how extreme it was, everybody was like, come on, let's get the game going. And then you start seeing the reaction to the players, and you're like, oh, this is deeper than the sport. So this got crazy. I think
we got a lot of comments in here.
Yeah, people
there's a lot that ran through.
Yeah, people lighten up. I love it. People were still, and I won't say that people were like, oh, hurry up, get them off the field, play the game. No, people were still wondering, though, how does this break down with, like, real football playoffs, and then also our fantasy shit that we all care about for some reason. But how does this break down for the rest of the world that's involved, the rest of the football world? Like, where do we go from here if you then they were saying canceled or postponed, or we didn't know what was going on.
I mean, that's what we talked about for 30 minutes downstairs in my living room before I left for work. We were trying to figure out ourselves, like, I mean, Wednesday might be the best day, and then when they said that it wasn't happening all week, it doesn't really help anything, but I kind of like what Colin said about call it a tie. It's best in respect for the families and all teams and everybody included here. A tie would work, but it doesn't really help where we end up. But you just – it's such a touchy situation that you don't really know what the right decision is. There is no right decision.
Right. Let's see.
Jamie had a nice comment, though. Anthony Price, they did, though. But that shouldn't be people's first thought. I mean, crap, people may not be getting a refund for the game, especially not third-party buyers, but people aren't raising hell yet in the groups I'm in, thankfully. Yeah, no, I understand that. Look, you can't really control. Yeah, there's a lot of things that shouldn't be your first thought, which is why everyone's lucky that people can't read minds. Like, that's just how that works. But I understand what you're saying. You're right. It shouldn't be the first thought, but, like, what it is the reason why it's the first thought, Jamie, is because of we've been desensitized. Like, we see crazy injuries all the time, and what happens? Everyone takes a knee, they roll the cart out, put an air cast on it, throw them on a cart, drive away, and everyone else's life moves on from that moment on. And it's funny because every time it's like, oh man, we feel bad for that player. They report it for 24 hours, and we don't see that guy for another 8 months. Then he comes back. That's the next time 8 to 9 to 12 months. That's when we see him again. That's usually how this goes. It's not usually life risking. It's not usually a life on the line when stuff like this happens. So you're gonna have to pardon everybody's actions because we haven't dealt with stuff like this on a regular basis. This is not something that we deal with. Like, this is like a cop comes home from work and he's seen it all. But if you brought a regular civilian out with him, he'd be done after the first shift for a lot of these things, a lot of house call things that they deal with, like, or any kind of profession like that. So,
and to be honest, when I watched it break down, like I watched that whole play, I was watching it live from the beginning all the way to where it stopped. I was just upstairs chilling in the bedroom. No one downstairs knew I was awake, but I wanted to watch this game because this was like the highly anticipated match since like week 12, and we saw where both these teams were going to collide eventually. You saw that the play happen. There's nothing dirty, no malicious act behind it. It was just a regular football play. And you didn't really know. I didn't even know that there was a down player until they said, oh, we have a player down on the field. And then they went to show the replay, and it was actually to me when I saw, because I've never seen anything like this in the 20 plus years I've watched football. I've never seen anyone get straight back up and fall down the way he did. And the referee got out of the way, Joe Mixon got out of the way, and this guy, like, head slapped back on the turf. I was like, I don't know what happened. Was that concussion related? Because I was like, no, it wasn't that at all. It was shoulder straight to chest, and it was disturbing seeing him just get up and then literally fall backwards. And no one at that point knew what the severity of the injury was, not a single person. And it freaked me out a little bit at first. Like, I've never seen anyone just get straight back up and fall back down like that. Like that, I've seen people faint before, but I've never seen that before. Yeah. And and then once everything started rolling out and they started talking more, I'm like, this is a lot bigger than just a regular injury. Like, this is serious. And I had a little moment like, I don't even want to watch the rest of this game if it starts again. Yeah. I'm over it.
None of them could have played.
Just want to go to work.
It would have ended up in some more terrible injuries because none of them were in their right mind after that.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can't play scared out there. You got to play all in. So.
And we've all seen injuries before where someone's already laying on the ground, they're done. But I don't think in any sport that we've ever seen anyone get up like that and fall right back down and be completely lifeless.
Not like completely out like that. I mean, we did kind of recently just see Tua get up and
well, I mean, these guys aren't falling right back down. They're wobbling up and then kind of falling back down. This guy literally just dropped.
Jesse said,
he was like, he stood up and
he stood up and just fell over like a tree.
Well, I didn't see this part. So James said Bart Scott's comment was gross as well, knowing how
I did see
taking it already.
Oh, I did not see what Bart said. What Bart said?
Bart Scott. If you're able to find that clip, Coach, that's something that Will, I think, for sure needs to see. It was tasteless and disgusting. But Bart Scott did worse than Skip Bayless, in my opinion, with that a little bit.
Tasteless and disgusting is exactly what I expect from Bart Scott. But Jesus, during this was crazy. Let me see. We got some perk talk how we played on the court.
I didn't mean to start nothing against Kendrick Perkins. My bad, Perk.
No, Perk is good. But look, ain't nobody changing the opinion on Perk because of this show. Perk's an idiot. He's a lovable idiot, but he's an idiot. Let me see.
Yeah, he is. He lost credibility to me about how he said that Luka wasn't a top 5 player.
Yeah, he's saying a bunch of dumb stuff.
You know, hey, too, I just saw that comment about Dana. That's bullshit. Dana White should not slide for that crap. But yet they're going to hold Skip up on a higher platform. This dude's a president of a. Did you hear that thing about Dana White slapping his wife on New Year's Eve?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, no, Dana White and his wife kind of got into it. They were drunk. It was New Year's Eve. Yeah. She slapped him, and then he slapped her right back, and they came out and did an apology thing and whatever, and now it's kind of getting washed under the rug. I'm like, nah, bullshit. Fuck no.
Alcohol's a hell of a drug. There's plenty of reasons to hate Skip. Let him have a pass on this one. Yeah, probably.
Here we go. I think I found the clip. Let me know if this looks like it, Jake.
All right.
Intentionally. What exactly did T. Higgins do last night to him?
Well, right before the tackle,
this is it.
He lowers his helmet and he kind of throws his body into his chest. He's standing up because he's thinking he's got to chase T. Higgins at an angle to make a tackle. So he didn't expect T. Higgins to launch his body back into him. You know, it's one of those things. A lot of times you sit as a linebacker, unblocked, unengaged running back comes through the hole, and he knows that contact's coming, so he lowers his helmet, and you can't get underneath him. So he's able to get into you, and your chest is exposed. So they've taken that out of the game, but they don't really regulate it as much as possible. I expect the league will be a lot more vigilant when it comes to that and using that penalty.
Right.
So is that what he said? I think
I think there's a little bit more, but before that's why Stephen A was asking him how is that T's fault. There's a little bit before that, but he was explaining, I guess, his reasoning behind what he said.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the reasoning for what he said, I mean, again, timing. Of course, this is when the conversation is being had. But yeah, I mean, it's a little unfair to Higgins, but I don't know that he's really taking it out on Higgins so much. I mean, Higgins is going to feel that, but it's like he's more. I agree. I think he's more sticking up for his defensive guys. But yeah, that's not a great comment to be made. What can you do?
Very untimely comment. Let's see. We got. Here we go. Sorry about that. What's up, Robert? How you doing tonight, man? He says Bart Scott was just sticking up for his fellow defensive players since they don't get the protections the offensive players do.
Yeah, no,
if timing's bad,
and I can totally see him of all people doing that type of thing. That he is the type of guy to do that. So, yeah.
But like Coach said, that's just complete poor timing. I really don't see the reasoning behind a defending or a blame pointing at this point in time, or why there is even blame being pointed at somebody for this. It was a regular football play. It happened. T. Higgins is fighting for yards, or this guy or Damar Hamlin's just coming up to try to make a play on a tackle. There's really it's crazy that it happened. You know,
right.
It's a crazy happenstance of something that you don't expect. And
I don't know that
not try to throw blame, but for there to be like a blame factor of how or why this happened, I feel like that's just not needed in a situation, because this could have happened to anybody at any point. A crazy play, non-crazy play, anything like that. I don't think think it was needed.
Look, no, I agree, but look at it this way. From where Bart Scott's saying that, if this was a crown helmet to helmet situation and somebody got knocked clear out, there's a whole penalty for that, and we'd have blame to give to the player who lowered and crowned him. And
are you talking about like kind of how the Burfict and Brown situation was?
No, that was an illegal shot. I mean like a truly dirty shot. That one. I mean, like, if both players lower their head, but the defender ends up targeting him because he hits the crown of his helmet, we would have something to say if he knocks the other guy out. We would have something to say like, yo, that's part of you got to stop doing that. What Bart is saying is, yeah, even though it's freak, the fact that you lower your shoulder, and they've tried to get this out of the game already. They tried to get this out of the game where you can just lower like that and just launch into somebody, and he did that. Well, that's part of that. I mean, that's part of what he's saying. He's like, yo, you got to stop like that. He's not blaming T. He's blaming the fact that they're not cracking down on a call that should be made.
I think he messed up with the timing of it.
But again, where is a better time to have that conversation? It's both the best and the worst time to have it.
It is. I think the way that, bad timing, unfortunately, but also poor wording on how he did it.
Yeah.
I understood what he was saying, because it is to the point now that most of the defensive players, they have to think about stuff like, can I hit him this way? How can I not hit him? I don't want to get flagged. I don't want to get fined. So it's a lot more versus just instinctively getting the ball carrier to the ground. It's a lot more that goes into that now. I don't know. It's a freak accident. It could have happened to anyone. When I saw it, I was expecting this huge collision and like damn, put him down. But it was like routine play, stands up, immediately falls down, and the players were visibly shaken up. So I think at the end of the day, and I know a lot of people say, the NFL this, NFL that. NFL, they are a slimy organization, but at the same time, there's no SOP for this. It's never happened before.
Right.
So they didn't know how to handle that. I'm pretty sure going into, if not already, going into next season or even the playoff, early as the playoffs, they're going to have some type of SOP in place in how do we handle this? Because you got to think, it's unfortunate. Any one of us dies at our job, they're going to post our position before our obituary gets posted.
Yeah.
That's the unfortunate side of the way things work.
Those shifts
so in
will
this
be
situation, I kind of see their part. I don't agree with it at all, but you got to think of all the other ramifications that goes into play. It's unfortunate that goes into play as far as like, do fans get refunds back for their tickets? The betting. How does that? I don't know how the betting even played out last night.
Yeah, that's wild.
And
I think everyone got their money refunded from what it was, because betting had just started. Betting has just came a thing in Ohio. They finally legalized it, and I'm pretty sure because Jamie went on ahead and put in a bet over the Bengals game, and I think she told me she got her money back. So
I wonder how that works with parlays, though.
Yeah, that's completely true. Maybe they just exit that part out. Whatever you got on the rest, I don't know.
Yeah.
But
and we talked about this last night.
Go ahead.
Real quick, Jake. We talked about this last night. This is why, even when I was a shorty coming up, when players first start to get paid and stuff like that, hearing people talking about athletes make too much money, football players get paid more than teachers, things like that. You got to think people's desire to consume that product feeds that the revenue for that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go to the players, it goes to the owners.
Right.
It don't just go back out into society for everybody to get a piece of it. But you got to think these guys literally, any hit can either, as we see now, could be life or death. Any hit can be to where, in Shazir's situation, he was almost paralyzed. Anything can happen. So they deserve every penny that they get.
Absolutely. And just real quick back to the Bart Scott comment. I will say that I feel like it's perception too with that comment, with what Bart Scott said, because I felt like if I heard that without you premising it, Jake, I'd have felt the same way you did. But then I came into it expecting him to say something truly piece of shit worthy, and it didn't hit me as hard having the weight that you put on it. I thought it was going to be way worse, and there probably was more to it, like you said. It's perception with that. So, you're like, I don't know. You're right. This was a whole different case we've never seen before. It is pretty new to everyone involved to have someone like. It's not the first time a player has died like this, but like, you just don't see it often enough to get used to it. This was a scary moment, and yeah. I just wish the kid the best, man. I wish the kid the best. I'm interested to see how the league goes from here. Aside from
how they handle it.
Yeah, like I said, the number one priority is I hope he's okay. I hope he lives, and I hope he doesn't just live. I hope he thrives and comes back to the league, and he's okay.
And also that one small point I was trying to hit on is that I think this is another reason why I'm glad that I watched. I don't know what your guys' opinion on the guy is, but he's about all I've watched for the last 10 years when he was back on ESPN2. That's why I watched Colin Cowherd, because he puts a little bit more things into perspective about how I was last night, especially how I was kind of blaming the league, saying they're the ones that said we're starting back up in 5 minutes. No, that's definitely not correct. That was a little slap on the wrist on my part. I shouldn't have said or thought that. These guys are up in New York. They're trying to make calls from up there. They're not down on the field with these people. It was the refs that said, all right, 5 minutes, we're going to start back up. And that's no shame on the ref either. They're just doing their job. They don't know what's going on either. This never happened to them before either. They're just thinking, okay, we're on TV. We're taking up TV time. We got so much time to be on live TV. We got to get going if this is what's going on. 5 minutes, and we're going to see what's going to happen next. They're programmed to do a job. This is not their fault. They've never been through anything like this before either. Hats off to the head coaches that came together and said, let's suspend play because we're just not ready for something like this after seeing this. And Colin's the one that put it in perspective, saying this is coming from New York. They're trying to figure out what to do because they haven't seen something like this either. Well, quite a while back in the 70s, I believe, is the last time I heard something like this maybe happening after doing some research today. And they definitely haven't seen anything kind of mainly like this. So they're trying to figure out themselves what to do. So they separate and go to the locker rooms and try to figure out what's from there. So New York's just trying to go through the thing. It takes a while to get from point A to point B to point C to try to figure out what they're doing. So I'm glad I went on ahead and listened to that point of view, and it made me understand a little bit more that it was probably the refs that were saying, let's go. And then they didn't really know what's going on because they were looking at it from the business point of view, and Zach Taylor and Sean McDermott were able to say, wait, hold on, we're going to pause. This is
there's a chain of command for sure, and it had to get up to New York to let them know, like, yo, we can't play this game. But it had to get to them, the league takes a lot of heat, whatever. It's a business, man. I don't know what people expect. It's a multi-billion-dollar business. I don't know any billion-dollar business that has humanity in it, really. So
that's a valid point. And I think a lot of people need to step away from it for a minute. Everybody has these certain expectations. You can't be an armchair, armchair quarterback after the fact. They should have did that. Unless you're there in that situation, you don't know how you're going to react in that situation.
Right.
And I think it's unfair to say, it should have been A, B, or C, because it definitely is not the case.
Also, there's 7 billion of us on this little blue dot, man. People die every day. If some person jumps in front of a train for the morning commute, I guarantee you that train's up and running by the time the afternoon commute is time to go. That's just it sucks, man. That's just life. The world doesn't stop because of one death. And I understand in terms of this game, I'm glad they didn't play it. Like I said, those players, just for the players' sake, they weren't in it. They couldn't do it. They were not built or ready for that to go forward. So yeah, they shouldn't have played it. But to act like it's an asinine thought for anybody to have, that's not fair. Like the life goes on, people die. It happens. It's sad and it sucks. But hold on, what was it? I wanted to read this. Funny as hell. Everybody. Wait, was it? Any hit could lead to a Herschel Walker. Lord, we don't need that. Lord, we do not need no more Herschel Walkers in this world right now.
But I did see that one comment. Yeah, that's kind of what my conclusion to it was, is that it was the players were already in no shape to play.
Yeah.
And the two head coaches were the one that came together and said, we're gonna take a minute. We
knew their
can't
players.
do this right now.
Yeah,
exactly. And shout out to Zach Taylor. He was one of the select few people that were named through the news outlets that went straight to the hospital afterwards. And if anyone needs kind of clarification, because I'm about 10, 15 minutes from the stadium. Paycor Stadium is literally under 10 minutes from UC's hospital. And UC has one of the most prestige like trauma centers in the country. So he is in good hands. And it was only about with an ambulance, I'd say he was probably traveling for 6 minutes at most, getting through everything. So it was a pretty quick travel time.
And respectfully to my colleagues here, I respect your opinion. I gotta take a shot right here because this needs to be had. I gotta enter. We enter to the good. We gotta enter to the bad too. I don't like that why people are giving money now because he's hurt, but didn't do nothing when he was because they didn't know. It's called awareness. Get your head together, man. That's a dumb question or statement. Like, what are you doing, Price? That don't make no sense. Of course,
no, it's also
about
really
awareness.
good.
They didn't most people don't even know who this guy is until today, until the moment that he collapsed.
And this is the way that they feel it. This is how they feel like they could pay their respects forward too.
Yeah, like that. So also, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I don't know what that was about. I just had to address it because that was outrageous. And I know we were talking about let's just leave it alone, but like at the same time, the rest of our viewers can see those comments too. So we need to handle that right quick. Yeah, man, this is Will, it takes the MBTA an average of 2 hours to clear dead bodies from the tracks and resume service. Yeah, see, they whip the shovel out and then, unfortunately, then they.
I'm assuming that stands for the Metro Boston Transit Authority.
Yeah. Massachusetts. Okay. I think it's Massachusetts Bay Transportation Association, like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Massachusetts. Yeah.
I figured that's a regional joke because
Like he's right. He's right though. It's funny. They'll clear a body. Like I mean, I guess that's quick for a body. That's kind of a long time actually. Right. Either way, that's still faster than any of their trains arrive on time. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. I guess this is all just. It's all sad, man. I hope he gets better. And yeah, I just want to see him. I want to see him and his family be healthy again, and then lace up, hit the field with his brothers, make a playoff run.
I think it was Jake that said something earlier about how it's been a while since we've seen something of this magnitude on the field.
Yeah,
I want to say it had to be that I remember. I could be wrong. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. Was when Jack Tatum hit Darryl Stingley.
Yeah, he stopped. That's a little further back.
Ultimately paralyzed, but
that's a little further.
Almost died
that's a little further back. I would say the one that hit my generation, or at least the more recent one, Ryan Shazier.
Yeah.
Because he was the one on defense, which that's what really messed everybody up. That's what had everybody like. I think if anybody's laying there lifeless, you're gonna feel some type of way. But like when you're the defender, and he was a freak athlete too, and he was I think it was his second year in the league. He was coming around to being like, mind you, he's coming around to being a star linebacker for the Steelers. That's like the holy grail if you're a Steeler.
Yeah.
Like to be a star Steelers linebacker, and yeah, he went to hit and he just lowered the head a little bit and just dropped straight, and that was it. And wasn't there a guy named LeGarrette or something like that also? I think he was an offensive lineman, and he also took a hit and got paralyzed. I just remember because he was a giant dude, and then the next time we saw him, all that fat was gone because he'd just been in a wheelchair since then, and it was just depressing to see. But
like, and then you got injuries after the fact too that you didn't realize how severe they were until they released something like the Alex Smith and Teddy Bridgewater injuries. I thought I remember hearing that Teddy Bridgewater almost lost his life over that knee injury.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you don't realize how severe these things are until after the fact, and you get more reports on it. When I heard Teddy Bridgewater almost passed away from that massive knee injury, I was like,
yeah,
that's freaking insane. That is crazy to hear.
Sean Livingston almost died too.
Yeah, not just off of,
and they finished that game.
Yeah, that's crazy. Not just off of football, but I can only think of 2 other instances where someone had died during an event. Was when Dale Earnhardt died on the track,
right?
And then whether you think it's a sport or not, it's still real to me, damn it. But Owen Hart,
the Owen Hart was
on TV,
crazy.
And then what? This is why, whatever your opinion is on Vince McMahon, this just proves how much of a scumbag he is.
Piece of shit he is. Yeah, we can say it.
To make JR stay on live TV and come up with something himself on the fly, because everything's scripted there. They give them papers to say on live TV to make him come up with something on the fly to say we have lost Owen Hart was bull. I can't You know what I mean. I want to. It's annoying, but those are the only 2 instances where I could say that someone died that you saw on live TV and watched it. I don't know if the Owen Hart thing was actually on camera, but I know Earnhardt was.
No, Owen Hart was on camera. I'm pretty sure his was it was either a pay-per-view or Monday Night Raw. It was one of the 2.
Yeah, so they were both on live TV, and you've seen it, and it was reported on later. The Owen Hart thing, I think, was a little bit more. There was a lot more to it with the steroid thing. But Earnhardt, that was just a freak accident, a wreck straight up to the top of the turn, and it was done. I mean, these are the only 2 other instances where I think something like this has happened that obviously aren't football related, but are still something that happened at a sporting event live on TV where you've been able to see something crazy like it.
Alex Smith almost died too. Yep. He came. No, it wasn't a different character. It was his original character. He came out as the Blue Meanie. I'm pretty sure he used to be the Blue. I think he used to be the Blue Meanie back in the day. Oh no, the Blue Blazer. Blue Blazer used to be the Blue Blazer, and he came back out as that. He brought it back out. I'm pretty sure the Blue Blazer is how he started, and then he came back out with it. And yeah, wasn't he coming in from the rafters on a?
Yeah, it was supposed to be from the rafters.
Into the pole, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and he came right down and landed right on the turnbuckle.
Yep, that ideal. The Blue Blazer, right?
Blue Blazer and a Blue Angel.
I know. We got some wrestling fans in here. I could do a wrestling show one day, but it's gonna have to be about old wrestling. It can't be anything new. Attitude Era, and that's it. I got nothing else after that.
Man, okay. Y'all ready for the first break tonight, gentlemen?
Yeah. I want to get positive now. Let's have some fun now.
That was heavy. That was real heavy.
Yeah, hey. Well, it was 44 minutes though. We held it down.
Y'all did your damn thing, man. Pat yourselves on the back, gentlemen. We'll be back in about 15, 20. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us. You are on the Chop Up.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Back at it like we're mad at it. Welcome to the Chop Up. First segment was kind of a heart-touching one. We're going to try to liven it up a little bit here. I got my topic tonight.
Here we go.
Time for some laughs. Jay, I think you can relate because you look like you like to tell jokes and laugh. So we're going next one. We're going to talk about the social impact of the Boondocks. So,
oh, this is great. That's a great topic. So it had to like I was reading something and then it had to like sit for a second and I was like, wait, what? That's great. I wouldn't have thought of that shit at all. That's a good topic.
So, hey, I'm a big Boondocks fan, you know, man. Obviously they were trying to reboot it. You know, we lost Pops. Charlie Murphy's gone. Some great characters on that show.
Those are two of the heavy hitters too. Like you can't, man. Like without Pops and Charlie Murphy, man, I would still do it because Riley and them they still hold the show down. But I don't know how you do it without Pops, man.
Yeah. So I want to look at a couple of things that kind of stood out to me. Right off the bat, probably one of my favorite ones was the episode they were talking about having a certain moment.
Yeah.
And how to avoid a moment. So I look at it from this aspect. I like the idea of some of the topics that they dove into with some of the topics that kind of pulled the curtain back, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it put it on the front center stage for us. They threw some humor into it, but there was a lot of truth in that. You know, a lot of times, case in point, you know, the whole thing with the with the injury to Hamlin, a lot of people just reacted. They ran off of emotion. I've seen some of the, the conversations and the back and forth, on social media within, our group. Yes, within a group, and it was getting kind of tested. But I saw some people. I'm just gonna call it out. I don't know if he's still watching or not, but shout out to to Bumpy, man. A lot of people, Bumpy gonna bring it as smoke, rain, sleet, or snow. He gonna bring it. But what I liked about what he did today is he said, let's just step back, look at what Skip said, and actually look at it in its context.
Yeah.
Take emotion out of it, but let's just look at it.
The Booty Warrior. Yo, if y'all keep rattling off like references and episodes, we ain't gonna make it through the segment. I promise you right now, we're not gonna make it. I'm gonna double down to make it worse.
Oh man. But that one stands out to me. Probably one of my favorite characters on there was Stink Beamer. And he was the epitome of it. Him and Pops had their thing going back and forth. But you got to look at again, taking the aspect about take the emotion out of it and just try to think logical to address a situation. Everybody, you don't have to just go off right away all the time, because a lot of times when you do that, you may do something that you can't recover from. So I like the idea of that.
Yeah, speaking during fight or flight is a bad idea.
Yeah, because
you're not in your right mind. In fact, it's literally when you get angry, your IQ drops because adrenaline rushes and your IQ drops. That's some science for you, man. I'll give it to you right here. Boondocks was the inspiration for Atlanta by Donald. It definitely had some influence on him. It had to have, for sure. And I wouldn't put it past him. That dude's such an artistic, creative dude, man.
Yeah.
Bumpy gonna leave you lumpy. That's hilarious. You gotta step. Yeah, I agree. You gotta step back. Also, I would like to tell people, to all my white brothers out there, if you want to get a little closer, on a little more understanding of the Black culture, watch you some Boondocks, man. You'll learn some stuff for sure. You're gonna now. Don't repeat the lines in public. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but MLK episode's one of my favorite ones too.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to get through this.
Oh man, and they had the Katrina episode. Oh,
and and even I can't remember the name of the restaurant was on there, but it was the one when they was going crazy over the chicken.
Oh,
which
yeah,
came right over. You think about the whole Popeye chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
it's
like right. They were hip. It's funny because people always point out how white brother here, I done seen it. That's my guy right there. That's my brother right there. Oh man. He got me. I forgot what I was gonna say. That's great.
Man, it's been so long since I've seen that show. Wasn't there an episode where Hubie was a pimp?
Although, and then he met up with a pimp named Slickback, which was which was Cat Williams, a great cameo for him. He did great there.
Yes, it was. He was in character.
Exactly. One thing I love about the Boondocks is we always see memes and little information about how which is crazy, by the way, which is the Simpsons predicted so much stuff in their show. The Boondocks did that a lot too for the Black culture and for other things that were happening within our culture. The Boondocks was ahead of what was happening. Like, I know it had already kind of maybe started or whatever, but like they showed how the whole men wearing dresses thing was gonna happen or stuff like that. Like, and it just it was funny how that whole thing just then you started seeing it everywhere. Then you had like grown men wearing like kilts and stuff, like not kilts, but like dress like fashion and stuff like that. So it was wild. Like they predicted a lot of stuff on that show, and just culturally, like they just got it. Gangstalicious. Oh my god. Yeah.
Another one that I liked, as far as like, some of the life lessons, so to speak, that I got out of it, is the difference between rich and broke is razor thin. You can be wealthy monetarily, but you can be broke a social standpoint or moral standpoint, or it can go both ways.
Usually you're one without the other.
That's true. Also, fundamentals are important. Again, it goes back, it addresses some things that need to be addressed in that society. And it puts a spotlight on it. You can laugh at it, but in a lot of it, he's telling some truths.
Oh, it's hard truths. A lot. So, yeah. Even
it
like
also it shows how tough it's tough to show how they show how tough it is to try to help a younger sibling or your grandchild stay in the straight and narrow too, because it's trying to give you life lessons too. It's like, hey, I'm trying to make sure you're doing good, and Riley just don't want no part of it. It shows the difficultness behind that of trying to be a good brother.
Yeah, like then you got the average American is only a medical emergency away from. Yeah, it's true, man. Like we all live in check to check, whether we believe it or not. Homie, so else do the homie. Oh man, what was it? Colonel's Fried Chicken? Is that what it was? I think it was Colonel's Fried Chicken.
They was going nuts.
Yeah, it was bananas.
The other thing is, I'm definitely not trying to put Jake in an uncomfortable situation. But we're talking about, Jake family, you know what I'm saying?
Your family,
But the N-word problem would never go away.
No.
It's just part of the fabric of urban culture. Even, as people get older, it's a certain, it was a certain time frame where that it was a noun, adjective, or verb. And it's just in there. But the one that sticks out to me the most is, and I've seen it, I've been places, I hear it, I've seen some arguments come from it, but we still love R. Kelly.
Yeah.
I was at a tailgate and saw a really heated exchange go down over somebody that picked the R. Kelly song to play and somebody that didn't want to hear it. Got pretty hairy.
I at this age and stage of my life, I've officially really leaned into the whole you got to separate the art from the artist.
Right.
That's where I'm at now. Right. Because it's very easy to call out people who still bump R. Kelly, and then they'll just moonwalk their ass back to the boombox and play some Michael Jackson. So look, we got to separate the artist from the art.
I mean, look, I can dislike Kanye West all I want, but I'm still going to go back and bump Gold Digger all I want.
Yeah, exactly. Like College Dropout is still a hit. I don't care how crazy that man is.
Exactly.
So, you know what? Now, I think it's weird because, like, I don't feel like playing somebody's music is celebrating them necessarily. I would say putting money in there.
Time in your life.
I would say putting money in their pocket. I wouldn't do that, but I already don't buy albums. I got Apple Music, so
exactly. I pay $10 a month to make sure I can hear what I want. By the way,
I'm already equally screwing all of the industry, all of the artists there are. I'm all equally offending them all.
Exactly.
Why would it touch no kids, Fed? He threw the glove on too. You're a fool. All these damn jokes, you should be on the goddamn camera. I know that's two. Oh yeah, no, it would not have been a hit without Jamie Foxx. Yeah, have you seen that story? There was like Kanye brought that to Jamie, and he was like, no, and Jamie started like trying to sing it like the way he was singing it, and he was like, no, not like that. And Jamie looked at him, he's like, look, all the rapping and the beats, stuff like that. He was like, that's what you do. He was like, trust me, this is what I do. And he started like, he told him hit record or whatever, and he sung it that way, and it ended up being a hit because of that. The way Kanye wanted him to do it wasn't going to be, legit like that. It wouldn't have been a hit like that.
Facts.
I like mostly anything they got Jamie Foxx in on the side. People like looking at him for the acting side, but I like him for the musical side, honestly.
Yeah.
Something else that I got out of Boondocks. Life's too short to hold grudges.
Yeah.
And I want to preface that, by saying that happens a lot. Mm-hmm. Not just in the Black society, but pretty much any society. Now, I can see if somebody wronged you, somebody like somebody told you, tried to take your life or did something harmful to you. I get that, but
yeah,
just a simple like we have a disagreement about something, or we don't subscribe to the same political party, things like that. It ain't that serious. I saw so many people where families were split, especially during this last election, where some people voted for President Biden, some people wanted to vote for President Trump, and it split households even. It ain't that serious because, like you and I were talking earlier, at the end of the day, it's about greenbacks.
Yeah,
that's what it's all about. It's a hierarchy of the rich and the poor because the middle class is fastly disappearing.
Oh, I got fact checked. Thank you, Darryl. Appreciate you. Told the story backwards. Kanye was the one who told him to sing it that way. There we go.
Okay.
But yeah,
wow. Well, y'all on the road tonight.
That's good. That's my guy right there. That's good. Jesse, you're a fool for that.
I like how much the comments are blowing up tonight.
Yo, it's lit tonight. Well, I
just telling on himself today, man. He just saying, I'm the pirate. I'm the multimedia pirate.
Took. Yo, you know what Took's doing right now? This is the podcast equivalent of calling out of work and then ending up on a jumbotron at the game.
That's classy.
What you doing, bro?
Man, I thought about doing the same thing. Wrestle Kingdom's on tonight, and I wanted to see it, but I'm like, I'm just going to go to work and watch it in the morning. Forget it. I ain't getting caught here because I'm going to be on this live tonight, and I know I'm going to be getting looked at. I'm like, yeah, nah, I just got to suck it up.
Yeah.
But
Took killing me though. That's what's up.
Yeah, no, I'm still learning that, to be honest, about the don't hold a grudge thing. I mean, and like you brought up the whole political thing. I work in Kentucky. No one gets along with what I believe in.
Real fun.
I go down there, and I'm the bluest motherfucker in the red, and I hate it. I'm just like, well, you guys shut up. I don't want to hear what you have to say. That's it. You keep yourself keep yourself over there with that. I'm gonna stay here. I'm like, I can wear a whole bunch of propaganda in here just to piss you off because it's funny, and I know I will laugh at it because of how worked up you get.
You can save yourself a lot of ridiculous conversations by just buying a little red hat.
Working in Kentucky with what I believe in is just, it does not get along. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to sprout none of that garbage. Right. But holding grudges, I'm 26 years old and I'm still learning to let the little shit go. And I don't. Something little happens, it'll get to me. It'll eat me up for a couple of days, and then I'll finally get over it. I used to hold on to that shit for a month.
Not to old time you. It does come with age. It does. Eventually you hit it. So I mean, unless you're just the pettiest person on the planet, some people are like that. Some people just can't let stuff go, and I understand. But for the most part, I'm the type, and I'm sure Jesse can attest to this. I just unload. Like if I have a problem with you, I'll drop it on you, and that's it. Once I get it off my chest and tell you everything that I feel about it, I'm out. Holding grudges is poisonous to only you because they don't care.
Yeah, they love if they love
it.
What they did pissed you off, and it still pisses you off.
That's
why just so I don't feed their egos or feed them. Whenever I am pissed at somebody, I don't act pissed about it, and I don't tell no one that I'm pissed about it, and then I hold it in, and it makes it worse because I don't want them to get the satisfaction to know that I'm mad at them. So I hold it in, and then I go talk to my wife about it. She's like, why'd you hold it in this long? Why are you getting mad at me? I'm like, I'm not getting mad at you. I'm just telling you I'm mad.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like I said, like you said, I'm hoping it comes with age. My dad, I think he's definitely over 55 now. Well, he was born in 65. He's going to be turning 58 this year. There we go. Took a little math there for a minute. Sorry. But he said it took him until he was just above the age of 50 to really learn how to let shit go. And now he's just like, I'm waiting till retirement and I'm gone and I don't care. I'm leaving this damn town and I'm over it. I don't want to remember any of these mother truckers. I'm done. And he's like, I'm like,
kudos to Pops, man.
I was like, so Absolutely. It took you that long to get over and stop holding shit in? He was like, yeah, pretty much. He's like, I just don't care. He's like, I know I got about 3 years until I retire and then I'm done. He's like, and then it's over. All I got to worry about is seeing my grandkids grow because you're 26 and you're out of the house, so I ain't got to worry about my own damn kids anymore.
Bingo. Absolutely. That is love. And it does come with age, you know. I'll be 50 this summer. And I think it probably came around to me probably about 3 or 4 years ago. Somebody even said, I ain't gonna say no names because they probably watch them. But they told me that it's like I don't even care. I'm like, it's not that. It's like if I can't control it or if it doesn't directly affect me, I ain't gotta worry about it. And I always wonder when I was younger, like some people would say, man, the old guy, the old lady, they're bitter, they're always pissed off. No, they've got to a certain part of their life where they just remain silent and put up with bullshit to the point now they're like, you know what? I'm gonna enjoy the last half or quarter of my life. I'm gonna do me. I don't care who it offends because I've tried to accommodate people my entire life.
Yeah, you can't win them all. That's how I've always viewed it. Like you can't win them all. You can't make everybody like you. Like grudges, they're poisonous, man. They just sit there and they mess with you. And like I said before, you're gonna think about them more than they do. There's no point in that unless it's like a murder situation and you just gotta let that be. Don't hold grudges, but stay petty. That's a good way to live.
That's
I like that.
Now, I won't hold that grudge, but you best believe I'm gonna get your ass back, and it's gonna be
petty Pendergrass.
Yeah, it might be 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, but I got it filed back there, and I'm gonna do something to remind you about it. And I like this right here, Daryl. You redeem yourself, man. I'm mentally 66 with a crispy line and white New Balances type of pants.
With the NBs.
Oh man.
So I started to think I'm thinking my dad already had started the whole losing the grudge thing when he started wearing the barbecue shoes at 38. I saw him wearing
the barbecue shoes. I'm curious.
No, it wasn't the New Balances. It was those Velcro sandals. He started wearing those at age 38. I'm like, it was cool. He was like, yeah, I'll buy you a pair. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I was like 7 years old and he bought me one and I wore them just because I was wearing socks with them and everything. I'm like, I hate these things. Just give me some shoes.
You see somebody with the barbecue shoes, the food is about to be fire.
My dad knows how to throw down a good steak. I'll give him that.
Barbecue shoes, aka the Jesus Walks shoes. I had a pair that I took from my dad and I wore them to college. And I remember one of my teammates clowned me. He called them the Air Jesuses. I couldn't even get mad. And I quickly retired them.
Oh no.
No, that just turned into a house slipper.
But yeah, that's good, man. But no, that's the Boone. I want to take a look at it. You know, I know there's been some talk about them bringing it back, but I wanted to look at it, you know, to the social impact that it had. And they actually, if you released it even right now, it stands the test of time.
Oh, for sure. I've caught in some on late nights, and I'll be like, yo, this is still happening. All of this
still very relevant.
Yes. I hope they bring it back. I just hope that do not come back if you're not going to bring it with the same message, the same type of depth and cultural relevance. Do not bring it back just for the sake of bringing it back.
Because I heard he got I heard one Tyler Perry reached out to him about the episode he did.
How'd that go?
He said he gonna write like he always write, but I understand Tyler wasn't too happy about that. He felt like that character was too close to his Medea character.
Oh.
Anyway.
Isn't that like the second? Isn't that the second person he said that to?
I think so.
Oh, Jesse's not wrong about this. It's always sunny in Philadelphia is for white culture. What
hey man, that's my culture. Show there. I would sit down and watch that anytime.
Anytime, any day.
Wild card, baby.
Yo, you know what you'll enjoy? They do a podcast, yo.
Really?
Oh, it's good too. Jesse just put me on actually recently. He put me on, and they had a couple. So far, Jesse, I'll talk to Jesse right quick. I only seen 2 episodes, bro. I seen the one with Frank on it with what's his name again? Oh, DeVito. So the one with DeVito on it, and the one with Rickety Cricket. They had an episode of Rickety Cricket on there too. So they basically just sit down and they talk about the show, and then whoever guest they have on, they'll put like a package together of his moments or her moments on the show, and they'll just discuss like shooting and how things went and how they met. And yeah, man, if you like the show Always Sunny, you'll love the podcast. It's great.
Hey, and my fellow brothers that's watching out there, go watch It's Always Sunny. Don't just see it. Oh, that's a white show. No, that shit's funny as hell.
Nah, you'll be in tears, bro. Like
I don't know about
crack episode.
Oh my god! Can I have one crack, please? Like,
I don't know about this white person show because I've never seen It's Always Sunny. I think it was one of those things that I was talking about at work. We were like, "What's better, Friends or Always Sunny?" And I was always a guy that watched Friends, and I'm like, I've never watched a lick of that show ever. And then they want to talk about The Office. I've never watched The Office. I'm a Friends and Seinfeld kind of guy. That's what
I'm with you on Seinfeld. I watched Friends. I did watch Friends, but once you watch Seinfeld, Friends becomes like, why did we do this? And then the same thing with like once you see other like sitcoms, like yeah, it's Seinfeld on crack. Yeah. No, literally like somebody mention that when they first came out? They said it's like Seinfeld on meth is what Always Sunny is.
Yeah,
because the show isn't about anything.
No.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, because every episode is just something new.
Yeah,
I had literally just watched this episode. The episode of Seinfeld is literally them walking around a parking garage trying to find a car while they're trying to make sure this fish don't die. And then they both get taken into the the street cops office because they were trying to find a place to piss. They got caught public urinating.
Unbelievable. They put Frank in so many positions. They had yo, when I tell you that show is just unbelievable. Like, yeah, it's a show about nothing, and every time the one thing you learn is that this group of people are terrible human beings. That's what you learn at the end of every episode.
Yeah,
that these people are horrible, and then the whole metaphor of it is like it's everyone. We all suck. we're just bad. Like it's just inherently bad. We tried
15 seasons.
What happened?
They run for 15 seasons.
And they're still going, right? Yeah, they're still pumping. They got another one. They got another one planned to start soon.
Can't wait. So I came all the way back to Bart Scott.
Can't wait.
But it's always been kind of hard for me personally to try to find a sitcom I like because that's not my kind of like show. I told you guys probably when I first met you, I'm an anime guy. I watch all the Japanese cartoons. That's about the only thing that I watch. It's like a sitcom that I can get into. I mean, One Piece has been going on since the early 2000s, and they're still making episodes up to this date. And I don't know how, but it's entertaining as hell all the way through. And watching that stuff got me reading, and I hated reading. And I'm reading the mangas, flipping through the pages every week, waiting for the new one to come out. I mean, that's my kind of sitcom that I like to watch, even though it's not really a sitcom. But
okay,
the two that I did get in.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. My fault.
The two that I got into the most were Friends and Seinfeld, and I'm trying to think. I mean, Full House was a classic, but I It's not my favorite. It was just something to watch at Nick at Night. I love George Lopez. George Lopez is
Lopez
on
was a
top
good show.
tier. I mean, who doesn't like The Fresh Prince? I thought Family Matters was good. Frickin' Urkel was hilarious.
Step by Step.
Yeah, I can't really think of it, but if I had to pick now I know this is a little bit more girly, but even at the same time, Two Broke Girls was hilarious for itself.
Two Broke Girls
was
really good.
I mean, it was hilarious. I mean, I watched that. Yeah,
funny. One of the main writers on that show was Whitney Cummings, and she's a great comedian. So I love comedians. So actually, you just stumbled into your topic for the day.
Oh, did I?
Yep. Because I got you. I'm gonna challenge you. What's your not challenge, but just give me your top 3 animes. Yeah, I put it on him easy. I felt his soul just die because he had to choose. Man? I didn't ask him to choose between kids, and I watched his soul die.
The thing is, a lot of people would, this is like one of them stumbling things. I don't know if you want me to say the top or the big 3, the big brothers.
I want to say I'm going to say your favorites.
Personally,
I'm newer, so mine are going to be kind of chalk, but I want to hear you.
Look, I like Naruto, but he's not my top 3.
I love Naruto, man. That's my guy.
Damn you, Will.
Here, while you think, I'll tell you my chalk.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Give me a minute.
I don't know if Naruto's my favorite, but it's definitely close. That's my guy right there. William's weeb segment, indeed it is. I like Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter was unbelievable. I've never seen in any even live action show or any TV show, cartoon, whatever. I've never seen a friendship like Gon and Killua was. Like how, like they rode to the death with those two, and I just felt it was great to the point where like when the actual anime, the live anime, when it ended, and then my homie told me in the manga that at that point we don't even see Gon and Killua again. I was distraught. I'm like, what? You mean they continue this series without those two characters? I lost it. I was so pissed.
Hey, I just happened to glance at the comments and I forgot who said it, but Trigun is excellent.
Yeah, okay. That was Daryl. Yeah, he said Trigun in the Boondocks. Yeah. He said Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is my joint right there. Sword Art Online was pretty good. I wish they had kept going, or well, not kept going, but after the first season, the consequence lowered.
I never really got into Attack on Titan either, by the way.
Okay.
But I did see it. And then also for anyone out there, it's not in my top 3. But if anyone needs a good anime or not a good starter anime, but something to go out and watch just because it's good, Netflix, first season, completely dubbed right now if you want to see it. Record of Ragnarok.
Okay.
Really, really good. Coach, you ever heard of Cowboy Bebop?
The live action was better than they gave it credit for. Then they canned it after one season.
Yeah, because all the hate it got. I didn't think it was that bad.
You know what the problem? You know what the problem was though? So they had, what was the first one? Was it Death Slate? No, what was the first one that they did that they bombed? Death Note.
No, hold up. The first Death Note live action they did was not that bad. The second one, which is the most recent one, trash.
So bad. So it pissed everybody off. So then Netflix tried to overcorrect because what they said was it's nothing like the manga or the comic. It's nothing like it. So they overcorrected with Cowboy Bebop, and it was too much like it. It was exactly like the first that season of Cowboy Bebop. So that's why it failed, because people said it. You guys didn't really do anything different. It's just like, make up your mind. What do you want?
You may dislike this opinion, but I think the dude from Harold and Kumar, I think they picked the wrong actor to play Spike.
Maybe. I still like them, but like you might be right. They may have needed somebody a little darker for that.
I think you said 2 animes. What's the third one?
So I said One Punch Man was crazy.
I got to give that more of a chance. I watched 3 episodes so far. I got to give that a little bit more of a chance.
My thing about One Punch Man is he himself, what he's able to do is everything that I've ever hated in a character. I'll bring you in on this, Coach. One of my least favorite characters in all of comics is Superman. I'm not a big fan of Superman. I love what he stands for, but it's just, he's boring. It's like, oh, he could do everything, blah, yeah. Like the only thing that kills him is a piece of rock from his crib. Like, it annoys me. Like it's like, it's like, dog, like we get it. Like, I hate the fact that he could even come close to a race with Flash. Like, that kind of nullifies Flash. Like, what do we need Flash for if this guy can basically run close to the same speed? And then all the other stuff, he can do too much. The reason why I love One Punch Man is because he is the same thing as Superman in terms of all powerful, can do everything. He's the strongest thing there is.
But he worked to get it.
But not just the work. He put the work in, yes. But he is on a never-ending search to find just an equal. That's all it is. The most powerful being possibly anywhere, and all he's looking for is an equal. And I think that's it. It takes a character that is completely superhuman, and it immediately, with one trait, it humanizes him. Like, there's plenty of humanizing characteristics to Superman. He just annoys me. But One Punch Man is literally just out searching, and he doesn't even want to fight at the time. He just wants to find his equal. That's it.
Yep.
And I think that's a great characteristic to have.
Shout out to Green Lantern. That's my favorite superhero of all time.
Okay.
And it's the dang, what's his last name? Guy. His first name's Guy, but I forgot his last name. No. Damn. I'm gonna go look up and I'm gonna send you guys what my favorite Green Lantern is. It wasn't Guy, it was someone, I forgot his last name. But
John Stewart. John Stewart's
number 2.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan.
Hal Gordon. Okay, yeah, Hal Jordan. Yeah, Hal Jordan. Yeah.
All right.
Superman is a Backstreet Boy with powers. That's hilarious. Guy Gardner was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, Guy Gardner's fantastic too. And the woman, I forgot her name. The woman Green Lantern was badass too.
To my guy, little dude, I'm still in the first or second arc of Bleach. My boy Lewis won't leave me alone until I finish it.
Bleach is number 1, by the way. That's easy.
That's number 1 for you?
Easy.
Okay.
Bleach, I haven't seen that one.
My problem with Bleach is crazy. It's so good. The artwork is great. Like, all of it's great. But they didn't spend as, like, if you notice, I loved Hunter x Hunter and Naruto. Those are 2 animes that really focus on character development, like the characters themselves. There's not as much character development in Bleach. It's more about the journey they're on. It's a crazy journey. But I'm also early. It's early for me.
Kubo does do backstories. It's just sometimes it depends on how important the character is to the story. If it's a villain, you might get 2-3 chapters of backstory, 1 full episode of backstory for a set character. And not even a full episode, maybe a half of episode. But if this is like something serious, like about Ichigo's parents, Kubo spent like 9 chapters on just their backstory in the manga. And it took 2 episodes in the actual new series they brought back. But the original Bleach was fantastic, but they stretched it out a little too much with the episode building and put too much filler in there.
Yeah.
But it was kind of nice because they were still Kubo was still trying to get out chapters because it just ended in 2012.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they waited 10 years to bring it back, though, because I got a lot of enjoyment. Found out that it was coming back on Halloween. I was freaking out like a kid in a candy store because it's my favorite anime of all time.
Nice.
2, My Hero.
Academia?
My Hero Academia is fantastic.
Okay.
Honorable mention is One Piece just because of how much I love it, but I don't really want to put them in the top 3 just because of how, like, they're the higher echelon, and I've already got Bleach in there.
They're one of the originals.
But I very, very much enjoy One Piece, but I just got into that. I'm talking about stuff I watched as a kid that I liked, and then I threw in My Hero because it just came out. But I love it. Dragon Ball Z was the anime that got me into anime. I think that's just about everybody, though.
I refuse to watch it.
I've never seen that.
Really?
I circle back to my Superman issue. It's just everybody is just OP. I'm over it.
Right, fair enough. Damn, man, it's kind of a. You ever heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yes, I have.
JoJo, and it's a tie between JoJo and Death Note, to be honest.
Okay,
with you.
All right, cool.
And just because they're 2 very different, but I can't put one above the other because Death Note was only 37 episodes, and it's kind of something. Call that a true anime. And JoJo JoJo's manga ended, but they're still making episodes. You can also find that on Netflix for anyone that's wondering.
Absolutely. JoJo's really goofy at times. Like I know all animes have goofy moments, but it's like really goofy, and then it's also weird because they turn the cast over every season. They turn over.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I wear a hoodie every now and again, and it's Joseph Joestar. I love,
I know.
JoJo's
I noticed
Bizarre
before. I
Adventure.
didn't bring it up though. But
I'm a huge anime nerd, anime buff. But the old school stuff, Rurouni Kenshin's awesome. Inuyasha was good. I love Eureka 7. Cowboy Bebop, obviously. Big O didn't last, and I wish it would have because Big O was kind of neat and interesting. Ghost in the Shell had a really good live action build.
Yeah.
Ghost in the Shell is fantastic. God, there's just so many damn good ones, man. I could go on forever about this, to be honest.
That's in my top three.
I didn't even know you were so quiet. I didn't even know if you were going to get into the anime thing. You could go ahead. You could drop yours.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach. I'd love to hear it.
I can't wait. I was surprised. I thought he was tagged out of this one.
By the way, real quick, I want to mush together two segments though.
Yeah.
Huey and Afro Samurai.
Wait.
Boondocks.
Yeah.
Boondocks. Huey.
Yeah.
And the Afro Samurai.
Oh.
You ever see Huey with the martial arts and everything?
Yeah.
And then you get the
Yeah, for sure. That's fire. All right, yeah, let's
hit it with us, Coach.
Let's hear it, Coach. And then we're gonna talk about Black Adam after, right quick.
Okay. So for me, like I said, Ghost in the Shell is my top 3. Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
And don't think less of me, but I was intrigued by it.
Sailor Moon. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, it's okay, bro. Hey, I loved Hamtaro as a kid. Hamtaro was awesome.
I think it's called Balky.
Oh, Baki, yeah.
Baki?
Yeah.
He's a monster.
I like season 1. Season 2 got a little weird.
Yeah, Baki had this one character that I like because he fights with his hair, and I got long ass dreads. And he be, and when I first, I'd never seen Baki before, but I saw a random clip on Facebook, and this dude was just whooping ass with straight hair moves, just like locking him up, whooping, like it was crazy. I'm like, yo, this character is my guy right here. He's whooping him out.
Yeah. But for me, the Ghost in the Shell, it's top. It's part of my top. I've bought it on VHS and DVD. Show my age a little bit.
Yeah, it's all good. That's how we do it.
See, there you go again, there with that bull coin.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Hey, by the way, if anyone out there wondering, do not go out and watch the Bleach live action. They took the voice actors from the anime and the English dub and had them voice over the Japanese actors that spoke Japanese in the live action, and it's trash.
That entire statement confused the hell out of me. But okay, yes, I concur. I agree.
I mean is, don't go watch the live action of Bleach on Netflix. It's trash. There you go.
That's good. It's a good summary.
I tried to map it out.
Main problem with anime is that inevitably it becomes some people. No, he's not wrong. There's a lot of funny business. It gets real like rapey eventually in a lot of animes.
Yeah,
like, it gets real, like not for nothing. And here's the messed
like
up
Harvey
part.
Weinstein, like
yo, real bad. And here's the messed up part. I flat out for the whole most of the show, I'm like, yo, this character is pretty much a pedo, and I had to admit, I can't help it. The character itself, I like the character. I just did not like that he was a pedo. Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter. His entire arc is basically wanting to bang Gon. Like this little kid. It's ridiculous, bro. It is not cute at all like that. He's like that. But honestly, he's a great character other than the fact that, he gets off little kids. It's gross.
Very.
Yeah. Do you guys think the NFL has gone soft with the recent Bengals versus Bengals? Whoa. Casual motion coming in hot. Gone soft. A man almost died. And you're gonna back it up with an honestly good question from Vlad is Live. Okay.
I'm kind of perplexed by it. I'm kind of confused of what you mean by has it gone soft. I need a little bit more explanation.
No, you good. No, you good. You good. He's allowed to ask the question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. I'm sorry. I'm responding out loud to something I'm reading. My fault.
You're good. No, wait. I'm not saying he's not allowed to ask a question. I'm just saying I need a little bit more context behind it because I don't know really what the meaning of the question is. What do you mean by has it gone soft?
Elaborate.
Yeah, we're gonna need more from you.
We have no problem answering the questions. We answer anything whether they're good or bad. It's just I need a little bit more of what you mean. Because we kind of knew what we were getting into by going live tonight with everything going on. Okay, we've addressed some stuff.
So you just saw the cancellation of the game.
So probably didn't see a video or anything like that.
Yeah, you may just need to come up out from under that rock and get the rest of the story. Nah, I'm just messing with you though. Yeah, so a guy almost died on the field, so no. The game needed to be canceled. Are these the same person? No, wait, it can't be.
Can't be.
I mean,
when they're both on Twitch,
it'd be really weird, but it could be. But no, yeah, someone got hurt. Someone almost died on the. Actually, correction, someone died on the field for like 8 minutes, and then they brought him back. So he was like dead.
It was way different than just a torn ACL, a concussion, or anything like that. They completely went limp, fell on the ground, possibly caused a concussion the way he fell on the back of his head too. So the extent of everything, because as soon as they brought him back to life, they sedated him, put a breathing tube down his throat, but apparently he's back to 50% breathing on his own from what the reports are stating. So he's doing better than we would hope, I would assume, by any means of what we're thinking of what was going on with the cardiac arrest and everything. Yeah. So he's gradually getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we're getting some. It all makes sense now. The first when you first asked the question, we were like, "Wait, what?" We didn't realize that. Like,
man.
Yeah, it's all about information. That's what we're here for. You know, we chopping it up, having fun.
Context is key.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Well, we appreciate you joining us. First time I think you chimed in with us.
Yeah.
It's a chop up where we just talk about anything and everything. Doesn't necessarily have to be sports related.
Yeah.
We can talk about anything and everything tonight.
Yeah, we've had Did you ever play Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic cards? Nah, I know a few people who did though. I did the Pokemon card thing though. I did that for sure.
No, I couldn't really get into the cards because I didn't have the patience as a kid to really sit down and focus. But I do play D&D now. I am a Dungeons and Dragons guy. Go ahead and at me, make fun of me. I'm a straight up nerd, and I don't even care.
I want to get right in with us right now,
bro. I would love it. Yo, we got to find a way to do a stream a D&D game or something like that. I think that'd be hilarious.
Talk with friends, Dungeons and Dragons.
That'd be hilarious. Just bang out a one day Dungeons and Dragons. Look, we do a draft show. So we have to get back. Also, is that Harry's first comment? That's a great first comment for the night. If that is, that's hilarious. I didn't see him talk before. That's perfect. Yeah, he's right. Jesse's right. Stranger Things did make D&D cool again.
Yeah.
So I got into it at the right time because I've only been in the D&D game for like the last 6 months, I believe. So I think I'm good.
Yeah. Stranger Things will keep people off your back. I mean, not in Kentucky, but everywhere else.
Yeah, you're right.
Speaking of that, have anybody had the chance to go to the Stranger Things store?
This is Stranger Things store?
They got a couple of them that's been popping up around the country in unique areas.
Now, do they stay? Or are they just pop-up stores?
They're supposed to be pop-ups, but I know the one they had in Dallas, it's been here like 3 or 4 months maybe. And I spent hella money in there.
I didn't even know pop-ups were like a real thing. But until I realized, I want to catch the Moobies pop-up. Moobies is the burger joint from all of Kevin Smith. Yeah, from Clark's, from all of Kevin Smith movies. Their menu looks delicious, and I really want some of the movies. I always want a burger though.
Man, I watched the beginning of the second Clerks movie and saw they made that breakfast sandwich. Every time I see it, I'm like, I gotta get them to do a McDonald's right now or Jimmy Dean's.
You see Clerks 3?
No, I have not, but I've seen it at Target the last 3 times I went and been wanting to pick up that damn movie. I think I might just end up buying it for $6 online instead.
Bro, they doubled and tripled down on some of their classic jokes, but then it got heavy. He got heavy on us. It's a good movie. I enjoyed it considering the first 2, how much I liked them. So,
did you like Clerks 2 and 3 more than Dogma?
2 and 3 more than Dogma? Probably not. 1, yes. Well, Clerks 1 is the legend. It's the prime.
Yeah.
But Dogma was
Berserker.
You want to make fucking berserker.
To be honest, this might be controversial, but Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, I think, is better than Clerks 1 and 2.
I'll give you 2. I can't say better than 1. Okay, look, it depends on what you look for a movie. Like 1 is just a classically done, great old school style movie. Is that my man Unc in the building? Yes, it is. What up, Unc?
What's up, Unc?
Yeah, Clerks 1 is just the style that he did it in, and it's so original. But Dogma, yeah, George Carlin, Dogma's unbelievable.
Classic.
But wait, what were you saying? Jay and Silent Bob is just hilarious.
I just like it's because I think that was the first time that I got to see Silent Bob get mad, talk.
Yeah.
The sign on the back of the car of Hollywood, you dumb fuck.
I am the click command. Remember, I am the click commander. Yo, my guy's hilarious. Boo Boo Kitty fuck. That movie's hilarious.
It's a freaking classic. I love it.
To my man Ant Price. Okay. Marvel movie we're looking forward to. Well, I mean, I know it's the next one up, but seeing the evil, like the more evil version of Kang in that trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp, Quantumania.
Yes.
I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped because this is what we're waiting for. This is why we had to struggle bus through all of Phase 4, except for 2. They did 2 good pieces, but everything else was mid. And this is why we had to deal with it so that we could get to Kang.
And I 100% agree with you. I am with you on that. The Ant-Man and the Wasp into the Quantum Verse. That is where I am. I can't wait to see that. I will say I was disappointed in the Doctor Strange movie. And
yeah, it didn't hold up as well as
I think what was the other newer movie that had just come out with the Marvel? I forgot what it was.
Black Panther, but that was supposed to be it.
Did not see that one yet. Got to see it, but so I ain't have no words on that. I think it was the Spider-Man movie, and I kind of wish there was more. And I think that movie was long, but I think it could have been longer with everything they had and everything they were working with. That movie could have been 2.5, 3 hours, and no one would have been mad.
Yeah,
but I think they could have done more with it. I think it was good, but it wasn't as great as it could have been.
Oh yeah, the guy, Anthony Price, Jonathan Majors. That's my guy. He's in
Jonathan Majors.
He's
from my high school.
For real? Yeah, he's a budding
budding
superstar right now. They should have never canceled this show.
Yes,
don't get me started on that because I'll go nuts. They should have never canceled that show. Lovecraft Country. That show was unbelievable. If y'all want a good one-off, since they canceled it, but a great. Wait, have you seen a Lovecraft Country? Either of you?
No, I have not seen it yet.
Coach for the culture, you got to see that.
I will.
I promise you, you got to see it. You're gonna be happy I said that to you. You're gonna be happy you did it. Yeah, Creed 3. They look.
He yoked.
Yo, everyone's yoked in that movie. I'm like, damn, dog, I can't go see this movie, man. I'm gonna have to do laps every day after. Yeah, man, it looks like a good. I like the story that they came up with it too. They just made it. It's his boy. Stuff happened, and now he's like, you out here living my life. Now you're coming out. You're gonna take it back. I think it's gonna be crazy, man. But see, Down knows you gotta see that Lovecraft Country, man. So do you know about the Lovecraft? Anything about Lovecraft?
I've seen a couple of previews of it.
Well, I mean the books.
No.
Okay, so the author, I forget his first name, but I think something Lovecraft. But he is one of the most prolific. His writing is unbelievable. His storytelling is crazy. His sci-fi stuff is off the charts. However, he was a blatant racist.
Really?
Real bad. And so it was funny because people were like, you guys are gonna do a Lovecraft show? Y'all do know, and they were like, yeah. And I think it's Misha Green who wrote the show. What she did, H.P. Lovecraft, yeah. What she did was she took his work.
Come on, Matt Ruff.
Is that it? No, his name is HP. His name is HP Lovecraft, though, I think, isn't it? Or is his name Matt? I don't know.
It says it's based on the Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff.
Huh.
He's from Queens.
Okay, then I guess he's the one who's racist. That Lovecraft.
He wrote the Mirage and Lovecraft Country.
I thought Lovecraft was like a pen name or something. Okay, either way, what it is that he's yeah, exactly. Pretty much why it got canceled because they dared to have black actors. So what they did was they took a guy who's written all this and been this racist dude, and they twisted his story and made it a black story, and told a culturally powerful black story. Black Wall Street is on this at one point. They show the bombing of it. Spoiler.
Oh, it makes me want to watch it even more now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's deep, bro. And like, so they took it and they flipped it on its head and made it a pro-black situation. But it's sci-fi. It's crazy. It's crazy. And she had a second season written up, ready to go, and they canceled it because,
That's good stuff tonight, y'all.
Peoples. Yeah.
That's why I love the chop up, man. It just takes a life of its own.
Yeah, we ran it up today.
Yes, we did.
And honestly, I gotta say, this might have been the most engagement we've had with the chat.
We had people on from freaking Twitch.
Yeah, we brought in the Twitch crowd. We finally getting there, man. We
had the Twitch
crazy.
So, Brother Jake, floor is yours, sir.
Real quick, just to throw something in there about the Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
I love Shang-Chi. I can't wait to see him come back.
Good movie.
That's a good movie.
Shout out to you guys. Thanks for having me on. I kind of fell behind the 8 ball. I was watching a review about the very last Bleach episode actually on YouTube, and I happened to see Coach Lee sent a message about StreamYard. I was like, oh crap. I was like, I forgot about Chop Up tonight. Hold on, you want me? All right, let's go. But shout out and prayers.
At least he wasn't at a game like Jaquan.
What was the other thing? I had my train of thought lost. Shout out to everyone that had to be a news reporter on this today, honestly. Yeah. Major shout out to SVP and Ryan Clark. Shout out to Skip Bayless, even though he's got a ton of hate for, going on the show today, whether that was a punishment from the network or a self thing he had to do for himself to explain himself and then at least attempt to try to right a wrong that he may or may not have made, depending on what your guys' perspective is.
I'm sure it was all of the above, honestly. I think it all fell into it.
Shout out to Colin Cowherd for being on the show as well. We look forward to everybody else throughout the week that has to say a show or our shows or anything. It's a rough week for us sports fans now officially, and I'm glad we were able to come together and, bring some light to some people that needed it and hopefully put a couple smiles on people's faces tonight. So that's all that matters to me.
Oh, I believe we did. They had us smiling too, man. So
right? That's what it's all about.
Yeah, man. Big-ish shout out for the night is to the chat. You guys brought it tonight. We appreciate y'all. This whole thing, don't get me wrong, like we would have yapped up here anyway, but like y'all there was no dull moment. Y'all just kept fueling the fire with new questions and new things to talk about, man. Y'all did a great job. I appreciate y'all.
Heated or not heated, y'all brought it.
My man Jesse's in here. Jesse's just here waiting for me to come play COD. Nah, he engaged. That's my guy. Yeah, man. We appreciate y'all. For real. I did what he asked one last. You know what? Just because it's real quick and easy. Last question: What does DC need to do to get over the hump with Marvel? It's very simple. Start over. Be consistent.
Start over.
Cut the bullshit. Like just stop. Start over this last time, but stop starting over. It's like
keep
start
Shazam.
Over. Yeah, start over.
Very underrated.
Keep what's good. Trash what's not. Do individual movies. Bring them together. Big blockbuster. Split them back up. It's very simple. The formula is written for them by Marvel. Marvel already told them how to do it. Just don't.
And I'm picking up my camera just so you know how serious it is. Don't screw up the Green Lantern this time. All right, gotta set the camera back up.
Shout out to you, fellas, man. Quick shout out to Joshua, Lil Dude, LOL Wild, Jesse, Jake when he was on there earlier, Marie, Bernard, Daryl, Bumpy, Anthony, Jamie, Art, Robert, Kyrie, Bobby, Brady, Casual Emotion, Balladus Live, Harry, the OG Barry, and each one of y'all tonight. Y'all made this thing do this.
Y'all finna get us monetized messing around, man.
Y'all did y'all damn thing. Hey, 2023, we take over the world, man.
We're bringing it.
Blasted it off right.
But see y'all tomorrow night, 7:30. Again, appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. I'm gonna watch me some Lovecraft.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. At this bad boy.
Baby.